We are back with another lesson. Last lesson we learned how to make an increase, which involved increasing the number of stitches in your rows. Today we are going to learn the opposite, a decrease. The decrease helps you to reduce the number of stitches so your project becomes shorter in width or smaller in a circle. In order to make a decrease, you have to go through you see there are two loops. In the next stitch you will go through the front loop. Okay, let me explain this properly. This is called the front loop. When front loop, it's with regard to where your hook is. This is the front loop and this is the back loop. Okay, in the V there will be a front loop and there will be a back loop. To make a decrease, you will pass your hook through the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of this stitch beside. So two stitches will be stitched together. That's how you're making the decrease. Remember, in an increase you add stitches. These two stitches are put into one stitch. In this case, two stitches will be stitched together. So once you have done that, you will pull a loop through both loops tight and then pull your loop through. That is one decrease made. Let me show you again. Remember, in the loop, in a stitch there is a front loop and there is a back loop. You have to pull your loop, put your hook through the front loop of the next two stitches this way. Then wrap your yarn around the hook, pull through both front loops, and then once again wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through the final two. This is how you make decrease. Let me show you up close again. You will have, if you go, these are your next two stitches. What you will do is you will go through the front loop, then the front loop of the next stitch. This can be tied. Pull a loop through both front loops. Now you will have two loops on your hook. Pass your yarn through both loops. This is how you make decreases. Basically, you will see that the number of stitches will reduce as you add decreases into your project. If I have to show you again, we'll chain one. First I'm going to make a simple stitch. Now in the next two stitches, identify the front loops. Put your hook directly into the front loop of the first and the second. Then wrap your yarn around, pass it through both front loops, and then once again wrap your yarn around and pass it through the remaining two loops. This stitch is how you make a decrease. Maybe a little confusing again, but practice it. Another simpler way to make a decrease would simply be putting your hook through the stitch, pulling a loop, again putting your hook through the next stitch, pulling up a loop, and then passing the yarn through all three. I prefer the previous one because it's neater and much more smooth when it comes to decreasing, but you can do this one as well. This is the most, I think, the simplest version, where you put your hook through like you normally do, through both loops, wrap your yarn around, pull up a loop. Now you have two loops. Put your hook through the next stitch, both loops, wrap your yarn around, pull up a loop. Now you will have 3 loops. Wrap your yarn around and pull through all 3. That's how you have made a decrease. So you basically learn 2 ways of decreasing. I prefer the first version. You can also decrease in this way. That is how you make a decrease. Keep practicing, keep learning. Happy crocheting. Bye.